Today we're talking about 5 myths about the Klamath Falls housing market. Stay with me. This time of year, people tend to pull their houses off the market because of the myths that they believe about the housing market in Klamath Falls. And there are some stereotypical things that are very typical across the board, and one is less inventory, and two, some people don't want to move in the winter. But there's plenty of homes that are perhaps not owner-occupied, or there's other situations going around, and this can be a great time of year and a great opportunity for buyers to get into something before the end of the year. Speaking of the end of the year, there's some people that have timelines where they want to wrap up some issues before the end of the year, especially true with probates, estates. They don't want it to spill over into the 2026 season, so they want the house to be wrapped up and that portion of the estate to be settled in the 2025 tax year. They might be a little bit more motivated to take something to make sure that that happens. And of course, there is less inventory this time of year, which means buyers have less to look at. For sellers that leave their houses on the market, they might scoop up a buyer because there wasn't anything else that the buyer wanted, and this is the best thing that they could find. They've got to be in something for whatever house situation, home situation, life situation that's going on. So they will buy a house and maybe settle for something that would have been a deal breaker in another opportunity. And some buyers don't want to move in the dead of winter. Some sellers don't want to move in the dead of winter, and they don't want to move in like January, February, because that tends to be our worst time of year. This time of year through the end of the year, we can be a little spotchy as far as how much snow we get, how many gray days there are, how much rain we get. And so that you can have an opportunity where you might get a week of where it's in the 50s and have an opportunity to move during that time, which would be fabulous this time of year because we're in a little gray zone right now. And so some buyers are willing to roll the dice and take a risk that they might be moving in the snow, but they might not. They might hit a sunny spot where there's a week of no snow, no rain, and they can get their stuff moved in and be in for Christmas. And the other thing, I have a puppy on my lap. I do a lot of these with the dog on my lap, and this one just won't sit still for whatever reason. And again, this is another factor we just touched on. Some people want to be in before Christmas. They don't mind, not being wherever they're going to be for Thanksgiving. Maybe they go away for Thanksgiving, or someone else hosts Thanksgiving. But a lot of people want to be settled and in their house by the end of the year, by Christmas for sure, and rolling into 2026 to get off to a fresh new start. So if you're a buyer, hang in there. You might find a good deal this time of year where a seller will contribute to closing costs or take a lesser price or work with your contingencies so you can buy that house. And if you're a seller thinking about going to market, or if you're a seller thinking about taking off the market, you might want to put it on the market now and see if you can't scoop up a buyer by the end of the year. Thanks for joining me.